This story comes out of Idaho and it has people protesting in the streets. The police shot this teenager 9 times in his own yard. So basically, this teenager, I think is 17, he has cerebral palsy. Just let that sink into your mind. He can't walk properly. He has cerebral palsy. And he's also developmentally delayed. So he's 17, but he has the mind of a 5-year-old. And he was having a bad day, having a fit, and fighting with a knife, like fighting over a knife with two of his family members I think in the front yard, they say. And I guess one of the neighbors must have called the police. He was struggling with a knife with like the family members, and then the police arrived, and the police say they gave him multiple commands to drop the knife, but basically the family is saying that the police just arrived and shot him 9 times. So he survived. He's in this hospital right now, and all this stuff is happening in Idaho. you know when you think of Idaho, you think of like, well, I think of like Maine and like sleepy small communities where there's not a lot of crime or anything like that. And like, the cops, they're your neighbors and stuff like that. Think of like a Stephen King book, the description at the beginning of the book. But to think that 4 cops got out of their cars and shot him. 4 cops, not just one guy shooting 9 times, 4 different cops shooting him. And it's so bad he's had to have now 3 surgeries. He is in the hospital, critical condition. And remember, he couldn't really walk properly to begin with. They've amputated one of his legs. So now he can't walk properly. He's disabled mentally and physically. And it's just like, then you shot him 9 times. So he's got to deal with that, recovery from that too. So that has probably mentally damaged that kid. He's still a kid. And it's just really horrible. People have protested outside of the police station and stuff. And it's just like, I can't believe this happened in somewhere like Idaho. And I think that the police came out and said that they understood that this has like greatly disturbed the community. And it's like, yeah, to think that this is like you know, a kid who is developmentally delayed, who can't walk. Like, why didn't they use a taser or batons or something? Like, 4 people need to shoot 1 kid. So I don't know what he looked like or anything. Maybe he was intimidating. I don't know. But I just can't understand why 4 people with guns had to shoot that 17-year-old kid who has the mind of a 5-year-old. Maybe they weren't told that, because I heard that they said in the 911 call, the police were told that an intoxicated person was having a fight with 2 other people. So, yeah, just really shocking. And in his own yard, too. I think that the kid, he can't really speak English properly either. So maybe that's what it is when they said they were calling out to drop the knife. He didn't really understand what they're trying to say. Especially since he is like mentally delayed and he has a disability, a physical disability too. What do you think about this?